Welcome back sa ating channel. It's been a while, pero ito ngayon tayo. Ang unang video sa ating pagbabalik is to deliver a good news. Dahil September is full of surprises, especially this upcoming months after when September ends. My God. Nagulat tayo, no? Isang buwan ba naman na wala tayong reviews. Alright, so with that being said, and for more videos like this, feel free to subscribe.
This video is brought to you by SCDKey, the best website that you may visit in terms of very affordable deals and best offer para sa application softwares, games, and yes, operating system. And there you are, you may check the Windows 10 Pro, and by using our promo code, ma-avail mo lang siya ng around $14.95 or 700 plus pesos. That's it mga kaibigan. Check the description below. May mga links po tayo dyan to go directly sa kanilang website.
Okay, so the first news that I will deliver now is, of course, yung pinakaabangan nating lahat, AMD. AMD Ryzen 7000 Zen 4 architecture is finally here, and in few days, nandito na po sa Pilipinas sa mga shelves, ready to purchase Zen 4 architecture, Ryzen 5 7600X, Ryzen 7 7700X, Ryzen 9 7900X, and the top of the line, Ryzen 9 7950X. Now, I know a lot of you guys have already watched the AMD launch nung last month, and you already know the details, the 6nm, the specifications, frequencies, architecture, Zen 4. Pero I will be going more into the details what's going on sa local market. Ryzen 7000 as usual, like previous models ng AMD, dumarating kagad siya locally, mga siguro a week or few days before the official launch. So that is September 27, then we will be expecting that some media partners of AMD or tech reviewers will have those physical stocks. Or if not, the shelves ng mga big retailers or official retailers ng AMD may have the physical items. But due to NDA or non-disclosure agreement, most likely hindi sila muna magdi-display or hindi muna sila mag-a-announce ng pricing about these products, especially the photos. If you remember in the past years, I feel guilty about those photos. Dahil nga back then, wala pang mga pinipirmahang NDA agreement. Pero last month, I've already signed a non-disclosure agreement. So as much as I want to give you leaks ng mga photos or physical products, I can't do that anymore, or else mga katakot-takot na ano ba yun? Penalty ang ating matatanggap. Now, what can I say about this AMD Ryzen 7000? For consumers here in the Philippines, alam ko marami sa inyo ang excited na dumating to. Pero given the exchange rate as of now ng dollar at saka peso, let's talk about the Ryzen 5 7600X. It is 299 MSRP. So if you will convert that directly sa Philippine peso, it is around 17,400, more or less, if I'm not mistaken. Now, given the tax and the custom fees, etc., overhead expenses, bago dumating sa ating mga shelves yung product, most likely tatakbo yan ng around 20,000 more or less for the Ryzen 5 7600X alone. Now, I think this is already very reasonable sa ating lahat. Kasi alam naman na natin that even with the Ryzen 5 5600X before, nasa around 18K more or less din yung pricing. It's just that as of now, I think it will be a bit higher compared dun sa kanyang counterpart na older model. So Ryzen 7 7700X may range at 25K to 30K. 7900X I may safely estimate at a 35K more or less, or it's most likely 35K plus. And then for the 7950X, that will be around 50K. That is the all-time high pricing also of 5950X, more or less 50K. So I may safely do an estimate at that pricing. Pero syempre, as I have said, disclaimer lang, these are just estimate po. Based lang po sa mga previous pricing, and of course, based on the current status ng exchange rate as of now. Now, September 27, very exciting time. It's very worth it to upgrade dahil I think this is another beginning of a new platform. So, the AM5 platform, it's a wise investment since kung bibili ka ngayon, there is a very good upgrade path. Like the AM5 will still be upgradable until 2 to 3 years from now. 2024, kung gusto mong bumili ulit ng panibagong processor, your motherboard is still compatible. That is guaranteed naman as previous models or as previous platform ng AMD or socket ng AMD, the AM4. Now, another thing is of course dahil nga DDR5 na rin siya. So, kung balak mo mag-upgrade ng RAM or memory in the future, hindi ka rin mag-i-struggle dahil ma-phase out ng DDR4 and then the DDR5 ang new memory na most likely available sa ating mainstream market. And yes, on top of that, what we now observe are declining pricing ng DDR4 and at the same time DDR5. If before, DDR5 memory or RAM sticks can be bought at around 25K plus more or less, now they are just running at around 15K more or less. Just dig a bit deeper sa mga favorite retail stores nyo. Marami na po ang nag-improve ng kanilang pricing pagdating sa DDR5. The DDR4 is I doubt will go lower than the current pricing as of now. Pero may mga retail stores that offers the cheapest pricing. Medyo kailangan nyo lang talaga magkalakal online or mag-inquire sa mga favorite yung retail stores for you to have the best price ng DDR4. Pero I doubt that it will go lower dahil nga, syempre, every time na may ma-phase out na product, automatically yung supply and demand stuff will keep the product pricing as of now maintained. So DDR4 is I think nasa bottom, or if there is still a decrease, mga konting-konti na lang siguro. Then after maybe few months from now, if the demand of DDR4 dun sa mga mag-upgrade will spike, then most likely the pricing also of DDR4 will spike the following months, pero hindi siguro ganun kataas. Most likely, konti lang. Pero as I observe, like for example, with the case of crucial memory or RAM, I think tumigil na yata sila sa supply ng mga DDR4. So, we have only options now na G-Skill, Team Group, so nabawasan na, and even Corsair. Ang hirap na ng kanilang stocks recently. As of now, ang tumatakbo na lang ng mga brands since August 1, more than a month. Team Group, G-Skill, Kingston, yun na lang yung mga tumatakbo sa ating local market na meron pang replenish pagdating sa stocks ng DDR4. With a brand like Crucial, talagang totally wala na, pinapaubos na lang nila yung current stocks. Then at the same time, with the case of Corsair, yata nagkakaroon ng matinding shortage. And then shifting na talaga sila sa DDR5 RAM sticks or models. So, nakita na rin natin or na-observe na rin natin, as I've said earlier, na bumagsak significantly by around 10,000 to 15,000 more or less ang mga pricing ng DDR5 compared nung first day na mai-launch ang DDR5. Now, another thing that you will be excited about, pero syempre, a bit shocking. The RTX 4090 is now coming here in the Philippines, pero a bit later after the AMD processors will arrive on September 27, October, most likely mid of October. Wala tayong first-hand news as of now about the RTX 4090, but we have found some leaks na, yun nga, may mga retail stores na abroad that have posted that the RTX 4090 will be at around, kung i-compare natin sa Philippine peso, 174,000, 185,000, or more or less 200K ang AIB versions ng RTX 4090. So, kung 4090 EI will be also released after 4090, then expect it that at around 200K plus. Pero this is based naman po sa ating mga historical data or sa mga experience natin, first-hand experience. As I have stated sa mga previous videos, may mga basis naman tayong pinagbabasehan. The demand as of now declined significantly compared ng pandemic. So during the pandemic kasi, konti ang supply, mataas yung demand. As of now, demand is quite okay lang, and then the supply is going back to normal. And I observed that even the RTX 3090 from 135K dropped down to 70K plus. So if we will be expecting RTX 4090 at around 174, I think I doubt that the market will grab it. Malabo. 174K to 200K RTX 4090 video card. I doubt that it will go that high even here in the Philippines. Most likely, even distributors will doubt to have it on hand here in the Philippines. Most likely, baka pag may mga mag-order lang siguro, then they will have it for you via pre-order. Now, RTX 4090 may go as low as 100K. I'm pretty sure kung hindi aabot ng close sa 100k ang RTX 4090, malabo siyang magiging available even abroad. Doon sa mga posting nila na around 174k at ayun, Perth, Australia, I doubt that it will be available. That's too much for RTX 4090 or that's too much for video card. Kung production ang purposes, siguro most likely they will have it. Pero given the games that we can run, pero ayun nga, kalimutan na natin muna yung mga bagong releases. The processor is the most exciting lang naman dyan, and even the Intel. Pero we'll talk about the Intel siguro in the upcoming days. Ang maganda naman ditong balita is, if you have already observed, AMD processors, older models, are now improving pagdating sa pricing. Have you already spotted the Ryzen 5 5600 at around 9K, more or less? Ryzen 5 5600, 5600G at also the pricing. So, ibig sabihin yan, it's perfect time now na mag-upgrade para sa mga kaibigan natin dyan. Pero, we are also waiting for the Intel processors na mag-improve yung pricing. As of now, AMD pa lang ang nag-drop ng kanilang pricing. Intel may also drop their pricing in the upcoming weeks. And yan yung mas nakaka-excite dahil, of course, it's now a very good time to go for those DDR5 motherboards kung Intel yung pipiliin natin para mayroon tayong upgrade path pagdating sa RAM and memory. So, yan lang muna yung mga detalye with our first related tech video before we'll go for series of videos about reviews ng upcoming products. So hopefully we will have those 7000 series as soon as possible so that we can compare them with the previous processors kung worth it nga ba mag-upgrade ng AMD Zen 4 architecture. Now with that being said, and for more videos like this, feel free to subscribe.